Okay. Let's get started in Sukhasana today. Yeah, be an easy seated pose as we begin. And just settle in, take a couple of deep breaths, and just arrive in the space, letting go of your day so far. Maybe you had a busy Monday. Spring is here, lots of buzzy energy, things to do, places to be, excitement in the air. See if we can ground into the present moment. Just find some gratitude for this week of practice that we have ahead of us. This is our last week of the gratitude practice before we move into our next theme of integrity. So, taking a moment here just to reflect on this month of practice of gratitude. Just noticing how maybe you've been able to navigate those moments where it's a little more difficult to access gratitude with a little more ease. So, if you can remember at the beginning of the month, I asked you to think about the places that it's easier to access gratitude in the places where it's a little more challenging. So maybe coming back to that and just thinking about how that has changed or shifted as you just draw your awareness into the space to begin the practice. We'll just take a minute or so here just to reflect before we start. Gently blink open the eyes. We'll begin in fire log. So you probably want your blocks nearby. From Sukhasana, just crossing the left leg on top, putting the right ankle on the top. You can also stay in Sukhasana if you want. This is a little more of a deep hip stretch. So if this feels uncomfortable after a while or something starts to fall asleep, see if you can make a little adjustment if you need to take movement that feels good to you here. So if you want to block to kind of close the gap there, or you can let that knee just be drawn towards the earth. And then once you settle in where you'd like to be, you can root down through the sit bones again, just reaffirming your connection there. Lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head, and let's relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Draw the shoulder blades together. Open the heart space. Closing the eyes, maybe, and just tuning into the breath in the heart center. Let the belly be soft. Relax the jaw as we're opening the hips here. That'll help a little bit. and tuning into the heart space that holds so much of our ability to find appreciation for all of life's moments, bringing in our mantra, just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will be grateful. Remove the block if you were using one. Use the hands to uncross the legs, just making gentle movement here. We'll take some windshield wipers with the knees back and forth, nice and slow. Just releasing the hips. And we'll bring the left leg on the bottom and right leg on top. Placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. Using a block for support if wanted or needed. And then finding that length again in the spine and really just focusing our awareness on the sensations that we're feeling here in the hip, maybe a little bit in the lower back. And see if you can guide the breath from the heart space down to the base of the spine, down to the area of the hip. Maybe you've begun to clench your jaw again. See if you can soften it. Soften all the tiny muscles in your face. Our hips are often tight if we're holding a lot of emotions in our body, experiences that we maybe weren't resourced to process at the time. So if we think about releasing this energy, almost like there's a line from the crown of your head dropping down through that central column of energy with a weight on it, and just feel that kind of tugging down into the earth, dropping down into the earth. As we hold this in a longer period of time, it creates space in the body to release some of that energy, inviting any of that tightness or tension to just release into the earth each breath. And release that block if you used one. Bring the legs out in front and just give them a little shake. And then we'll take them to a wide-legged fold forward. So toes flexed towards the body. Make sure your sit bones are connected with the earth, and you'll want your blocks maybe next to you. And as you lengthen through the crown, walk the hands out until you find that place of resistance or sensation where you begin to feel that maybe in the hamstrings, in the back of the calves even, or in the lower back. And just pause here, taking a couple of breaths and really notice where this sensation is. Notice the intensity of the sensation. If you're at an 8, back off a little bit. If you're at like a 2, see if maybe walking the hands out a little further feels good on like a scale from 1 to 5. And then go ahead and allow your spine to round and the crown to reach towards the mat or towards the earth. Let the shoulders, the back side of the heart center broaden. And come back to the breath. And just breathing into those spaces. Finding gratitude for our body's messages that it sends to us when our breath gets a little bit labored or tense or tight. Maybe we step back and create some space, either during our physical practice or if we're out in our human practice out in the world and we find our breath shortening and tight. Take a moment to take a pause, to just Listen to the body, see what it's asking for. Maybe it's just to slow down and notice. On your inhale, walk the hands back towards the body, bringing the head up west, rolling the shoulders down the back. We'll come back into Sukhasana and just take some easy seated twists. Inhaling, circle sweep the arms up, lengthen here, and on the exhale, left hand to the right knee, right fingertips to the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, maybe deepening a little by bringing the gaze towards the right shoulder or towards the back of the room. Breathing into the belly here, inviting a release of any tension or stress or worries that you may be holding on to in the solar plexus. Giving our organs a little massage. Letting go of any toxins or things that we need to release from our body, our physical body. And just following the breath down into that space just below the rib cage and dropping our awareness into the solar plexus. Notice if it feels a little tight or if it feels soft and at ease. Creating a little more space each breath. And release the grip. Let your exhale bring you back through center. We'll do some gentle neck stretches here. Bring the fingertips out to the side. Bring the left hand to the outside of the head on the right side to the right ear. And draw the left ear towards the left shoulder gently. Not pulling too much, just drawing it towards the shoulder. Drop the right shoulder down a little to deepen the stretch. Or walk the fingers out a little more, even bringing the right arm up off the mat to just feel into what feels good here, where you feel that sensation in the side of the neck, the shoulder. Release the left hand, coming back through center and switching to the opposite side. Right arm sweeps up, right hand to the left ear, gently drawing the right ear to the right shoulder. And after you take a few breaths, making any adjustments, dropping down the left shoulder, blocking the fingertips out, or lifting them up from the mat. Just notice how those subtle changes shift the sensations in the body. Releasing any tension from the shoulders, neck. Release the grip. Come back through center. Circle sweep the arms up. Inhale, lengthen, reaching. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips to the mat. Lengthen on the inhale, rooting down through the sit bones, reaching through the crown. Exhale, gaze comes towards the left shoulder, to the back of the room. Breathing into the belly, let it be soft, relax as much as possible. Coming back to that awareness of just really releasing anything that we don't need anymore, anything not serving us, especially with the seasonal shift, equinox we just had, and the partial solar eclipse this week. Time to let go, create space in the body, in our energy field. Finding gratitude and appreciation for whatever it is that you're letting go of, for the purpose it serves, the lessons or teachings. Release the grip, coming back through center. And we'll move into a tabletop for cat cows. Knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, tops of the feet and palms pressed into the mat. Inhale, dropping the belly. Tailbone rises, gaze comes forward. Exhale, press into the earth, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, dropping the belly. Tailbone rises, heart shines forward, gaze skyward. Exhale, broaden through the shoulders, tuck the tailbone, gaze towards the navel. And just move through these at your own pace, taking any movement here that feels good in the moment. Really listening to those little subtle messages from the body, where needs your attention the most. Nourishing those spaces with breath and movement, intentionally nourishing those spaces. Last round here, coming back to a neutral tabletop. And we'll come down to Sphinx pose, coming on to the forearms and letting the legs come out long behind us. Elbows under the shoulders, or bringing the forearms to the edges or a little further out. There's some sensitivity in the lower back, especially with all of the deep hip opening we've done. Might be a little tender, so just make adjustments as needed. Pressing into the forearms, opening up through the heart center, drawing the shoulder blades together. Gaze can come between the hands. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe a little release for the back of the neck. You can also bring a block just to rest the forehead if you'd like. Give the hips a little rock. Just releasing any tension there. And then find some stillness. And draw your awareness back into the heart space. Just reconnecting with gratitude here and maybe incorporating our affirmation for the month. I welcome gratitude into my heart and embrace the abundance of this moment. I welcome gratitude into my heart and embrace the abundance of this moment. If at any time you want to lower down and just rest the lower back and let your head rest on your forearms, you can. And slowly lower down. If you aren't there already, just crossing the arms at the top and resting your forehead. Just take 5 intentional breaths here just to reset. Let the spine be long. Bring the hands under the shoulders, press back. We'll set up for supported fish. So if you'd like to use a bolster to lay on, or if you'd like to place your blocks on the mat, one between the shoulder blades and one to rest the head. And it may take a minute or so to find where that support should be. And the knees can be bent, or the legs can be out long. You want that block, if you're using it, to be between the shoulder blades. And the bolster is a more gentle option that's always available. Wherever you are, bring the arms out to the sides, just opening up the heart space, maybe the throat, to tilt the head back gently. Let that space of the heart and the throat be at ease. If there's any tightness here, see if you can let that gently dissipate from the area. Really opening up our heart space to receive all of the abundance available to us at any time. Maybe bringing to mind one thing that you're grateful for, and just letting the energy of gratitude fill the heart space, fill the belly, let it fill the whole body. And gently make your way out of supported fish in whatever way feels aligned to you. Maybe tucking the chin in towards the chest, slowly rolling up or to the side, setting any props to the side, coming all the way back down. We'll find Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall open. And you can use blocks here, or you can just let the knees fall towards the mat. Option is yours. Tuck the chin in towards the chest a little and create some space in the back of the neck. Maybe tuck the shoulders under. Hands can rest on the rib cage or at your sides, on the inner thighs maybe. Even place the hands on the belly and just notice the breath filling the space. Just tuning into the subtle dance of the inhale and exhale. Feel the openness of this pose. Let your mind daydream a little about the openness of this season. What seeds are you planting in springtime to harvest the abundance later? Beginning to think about what it is that you'd like to create here. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can bring the legs out long or knees bent, finding a variation of Shavasana that works best for you. Begin to let go of the practice, letting go of any stories about anything that did or didn't happen as expected. Invite your practice to be exactly what you needed in the moment. Let the body rest, let the mind rest. Just take in all of the benefit of the work that you've done today. And to deepen the breath, invite movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes. Take a couple of breaths to just recalibrate yourself to the space around you. And then slowly, very slowly, make your way to a seated position. Even pausing on one side for a few breaths. And bring the hands to the heart center in some way. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Last little bit of letting go of the practice. And finding gratitude for our bodies and however they move through the practice today. for any messages that came through, or anything that we can take from this practice out into our human lives. Grateful for people to practice with and a beautiful space to practice in. May you walk in loving kindness. May you share the unique gift that is you. And may you remember your true essence is love. Thank you. Thank you.